Today on Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for February 23rd, Dissonance by Sancheese. Dissonance is a dirt track that also features some sections of road and sausage. There's also a special block which is engine off in front of the risky finish path. This risky finish isn't too difficult to reach, needing a minimum of 285 speed to get to it. With this same speed, opting for the safe finish route will cost you a minimum of 1 second. I found the track to be easier than an average track of the day, and it would rate it a 4 out of 10 for difficulty. I completed the track with a time of 44.497, which is 3.5 seconds ahead of the gold medal time and 1/10 behind the author medal time. Overall, I thought the track was well made and fun to drive and would give it a ++ rating. For the analysis today, we will be using the current world record ghost driven by Barbos TM. They had a time of 42.752, and this is 1.754 ahead of my personal best. There's really not a ton to go over today, honestly. A lot of the stuff is just going to be trying to get as close to the walls as possible. But right here at the start, there was quite a significant difference between the top 5 ghosts. Right here, the world record is driving over towards the left side wall. I'm going down the middle, and the top 5 ghosts kind of replicate this. We had like 2 other people taking this left line. I had 2 other people kind of going down the middle with me, and there was 1 person even going down the right side. So it seems like there's no really one way to take this. As long as you drive a clean line, you should be fine. I would like to note that I do believe this middle one is probably the easiest option to take. Moving up a little bit, I just want to point out that you do get a gear up somewhere in this section. You can get it early. You can also get it very late. It was a strange gear nonetheless, but when you do hear your car about to gear up, you want to straighten out your tires. I really didn't care for this section too much for the gearing issue. Sometimes you would get the gear super late and you have to try to straighten out, but then it's too late to really make the turn. So, just not a huge fan of the beginning part of this track. Luckily, the rest was pretty good. Moving on up here for this turn, you want to be about as wide as possible entering this checkpoint so you can just sneak around the inside corner. This will allow you to be fairly straight here as you enter the left side of this dirt section. Then of course you want to try to ride this upper line as best as possible. You also want to exit this turn right about where this first arrow is. If you're struggling to really get close to the walls, I would suggest briefly releasing gas as you get into the turn. This has helped me out greatly in getting closer and closer to the optimal lines. After this, we just got a slight left-hand turn, and after this checkpoint, you want to exit this dirt parts on the upper right section, basically going off the white of the dirt. Here, I was a little bit too low. I'll get a small amount of airtime, and it'll cost me a little bit of speed. After this, we have an uphill dirt section in which you want to take it up nice and smoothly. Even this line I am on here is a little bit too aggressive, and on the exit, I'll get a little bit of airtime. After this, you want to take this jump over into the right side, and again, try to ride this upper line as best as possible. Again, I release gas before entering that one to make it a little bit easier on myself. And for this turn here, you don't really want to ride that upper line too much, just on the very exit. For the upcoming sausage section, I really struggled to get the drift around the corner, so I opted for a different approach, going outside here on the sausage, and then I'll jump back in towards the inside in order to get around the corner. Obviously, this is not the ideal thing to do here, but again, I really struggled to get that small drift. And finally, we got this last dirt turn here that takes you into the finish. Again, you want to take that upper line to get that extra speed. This is something that I probably could have easily done, but I overlooked it on this lap right here, and if I did it on this attempt, I probably would have gotten the author medal. One little last thing here as we move up. Again, you can take this right side line on the white of the dirt, so you get a little bit less airtime while exiting this section. Then moving up here, just to say for the risky finish again, 285 speed minimum to reach this. It's really not super difficult to get that amount of speed, and the safe finish is rather costly for time, being a minimum of 1 second slower. So for the final thoughts today, again, just a very nice track today. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm glad I've been getting the confidence to take lines closer to the walls. The thing I found out about releasing gas to be able to make it easier has greatly helped out my confidence as well. Even though it slightly slows you down at the start, the extra speed you get from taking these very tight lines is massive. I'll keep it at that though. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to like it and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord if you are interested in those. And be sure to check out all the other track analysis videos out on the channel already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one.